Good morning, everybody. This morning I'm in a little town called Allora, about 2 hours west of Brisbane, pretty close to the country town of Warwick. I've driven up here to go to a heavy horse fair, where they'll have old engines, blacksmiths, hit and miss engines, and just lots of general cool old stuff. So I just stopped in here to go to the toilet, get a coffee and buy a hat, because all of my hats have been sent 700 k's north to Rockhampton. So anyway, I'll turn the camera around and show you the main street here, and then we'll head off to the fair. So here's a little community hall. I went up here, it's a little cafe, got a coffee. There's a pub down the end there. The Salvation Army, they're closing. And this is looking back down the main street. This is the town centre, and I'm going to be going down here, taking a left, and that'll take us back out to the main highway, New England Highway, and to the showgrounds where the fair is. Okay, I'll get back. See ya. Okay, so I've just left the little town centre, and I've come past or come up to the RSL, and they have an RSL market. So I'm going to pop in here. RSL, for those who don't know, is Return Services League, and they usually always have a memorial to the Great War or World War One. And that's the stand and digger. There's probably a right terminology for it that I don't know. So they'll be the names of the veterans of the First World War. And look, he's holding the Australia's national rifle, the Lee Enfield #1 Mark III Star. Okay, just leaving the RSL markets. There wasn't anything I needed to buy, so I just donated $8 instead to the actual RSL. But I had a good chat with some older folk in there, and yeah, they're very concerned with the state of our country, roads, Defence Force. So good conversation. Anyway, time to get to this heavy horse fair. This is heading out towards the New England Highway, where that church is down the back there. I'm going to be turning right there, that's the highway. Okie dokie. Well, that's the main highway. Gonna walk over to the gates now. I just found $5 sitting on the ground. So hopefully that's a good karma thing. I just put $8 in the RSL and got a $5 refund. Thank you, whoever's looking over me. So anyway, off to the heavy horse show. Now there's a reason why I'm filming this. Not only is it paintings and painting a picture of this old town and old times, but everything Australia is renowned for. It's not the yuppie And it's never the politician, it's these sort of folk. Just everyday people. And this is the backbone of our nation. This is what cleared the lands, shorn the sheep, grown the crops, fought the bushfires, endured the floods. You know, and I come out here, I just speak to random people. They're all good sort of people. I can't help but think that these politicians are letting all of these people down, all of our diggers that came before us, and all of us ones who are alive today, are all getting let down. Okay, front gates, here we go. Okay, just walked in the gate. And I've got to this place. Tells you where everything's going, but I don't think I need the signs. It's hard to hear. But down this way, I can hear some banging and clanging. The blacksmith, so I'm heading down this way. Just give you a quick little look around at some of the stalls and markets. I know I usually turn my camera too quickly. I'm gonna try and slow down a little bit for you. Okay, here's some banging and clanging. I'll go have a look. So $250 for a tripod and chain. That looks like a pretty cool setup. Probably a little bit big for my sort of camping. $430. Maybe a more permanent fire. $430. Some pokers and prodders. Look, blacksmith forged sprinkler.
Help do that. So as you can see, the Green Parade's a really good example of
slow cooked brisket pies on a wood-fired stove.
An endangered breed going around past Shannon's Tips at the
I think I might have to pop in here a little bit later on.
Slides. There's a lady riding a mule. You know, they all contributed to our. Everyone, just stop for a second. You right, mate?
Big area to celebrate the early days of the pioneering spirit of opening up the Darling Downs Little Land Australia. To have the Common Co coach here, it must be another wonderful opportunity to say, along with the old wagonette, I'll talk to Ian very shortly, but you must be pleased to say we're doing it throughout the afternoon. Sponsors are here to make it possible, so it continues to grow, but we do it all again tomorrow.
Yeah, it's two busy days, Neil, so we've got a lot of stuff going on. And a lot of people say we really appreciate the crowd turning out. We try to make sure you get.
Okay, I'm at a wheelwright store or stall, and I am after some scale wagon wheels for my cannon carriage. And they look like, over there, they'll do just nicely. I've got a scale Whitworth cannon from my American Civil War reenacting days. That last time I was quoted for some of these wheels, they wanted $4,000 a pair, and that was a while ago. So I don't know how much they're going to tell me today. but I'll find out, and you could see sort of why my Canon project has stalled. The barrel was the cheap part. I've only ever ridden one horse before, and it was a Clydesdale. A one-eyed Clydesdale he was. His name was Jesse. A great horse. Back to the Future.
Living next door to Harold Fuller. Play on that Pearl and Kiss. And it's only by coming out in public like that.
This looks like a bit of a
People like this, it's sort of just helping
naughty
cover the
horsey.
history of the wagon. But stuck back the board in 1976.
We'll go have a look at the main arena. Which, geez, that's a big horse. The second one coming. We're going to head over to this main arena. Solid horse. So not entirely sure, just rocked up to the arena. Looks like there might be some ploughing demonstrations or something going on behind me very shortly. So, yeah.
It's only a small group of people, but they have honestly come together after a week of ups and downs to pull off a wonderful day, and I'd just like to congratulate you all. I'd also like to welcome everyone to the little town of Allora. I hope you have a fabulous time while you're here, reminisce on your days gone by, and I would just like to officially open the festival. Enjoy, everybody.
I like that.
Thank you very much, Carla. We were going to have the concourse
Getting around on a chap pallet.
shortly. And could you give them a round of applause again, folks out there? Give a little bit of noise to them. They have been on the Common coach as well. And thank you for your time. They're going to enjoy the afternoon.
So this is how Aussies still get around these days, with kangaroos jumping in our front yards.
Concourse event going on. It will start. The concourse event will be happening now. But, you might like after lunch, the concourse. Is it after lunch? Right. They have to get prepared and get dressed. So there's a lunch break on now.
So there is a lunch break in the...
And also the Lady Pearl, Ian Stewart will be along.
in the main arena.
And then the Common coach, they'll come along the fence line, and same with our heavy horse, the Percheron, and the different breeds that opened up.
Righto, so a set of these 3-foot wheels over here, $1,500 Australian, and but you can custom make them to any size you want. So I was last quoted $4 grand about, I don't know how many, 5-7 years ago or something like that. So my carriage was put on hold because I couldn't afford that. So this is very reasonable. I'll come back here for a demonstration. He's going to put some tyres on the wheel, but unfortunately I'm moving a long way away from here to Rockhampton. But I was also told that Queensland Museum, Cobb & Co Museum in Toowoomba, actually does a hands-on workshop. It's $1,500 for over 5 days, and you end up learning everything you need to know about making wagon wheels, and you do some blacksmithing and all that sort of stuff. So it's in October. I've got the little brochure here, so here's a bit of advertising for Queensland Museum and Cobb & Co Museum. It's fantastic, hands-on. Unfortunately, I pretty much won't be living in Brisbane at that time, so it's not really feasible for me to do. But anyway, there we go. And by the way, this is old mate the wheelwright's card and number down there. Thank you. Okay, the heavy horse and fair has come to a conclusion for me. Just having a little look around. Thought I might just get a little bit of footage of this cricket field at a local school here. Now, I don't know for certain whether this place is called Allora. I've always heard it called Allora. The spelling looks like it says Allora, but it is what it is. And we'll go with Allora. Now, what I'm going to show you is at either end of the field is these screens. This is mainly for my American. You'll see another one here. So what they are for, when you see a cricket field, is there'll be a pitch in the middle, which will be over here, and it will run directly in line with those screens. And that's so when the bowler is coming in to bowl, the batsman has always got a screen to look at his hand and see where the ball is. Now, if I'm wrong, someone correct me, but I believe that's right. The other thing that stands out is cricket season's only barely finished, or they'd still be playing right now. Maybe it's just barely finished, but this field looks pretty rough, and those weeds look pretty tough. And I'm just wondering, do kids even play cricket anymore at school? Because I can't imagine just a month and a bit out of cricket season the field would look like this. The footy field in the distance over there looks in a lot better shape. So there's a soccer field over there. It looks fairly green as well. So don't know. This is sort of a country town, 2 hours west of Brizzy, and I'm going to head home through Gatton. I came up through Cunningham's Gap towards Warwick on the way here. I'm going to head north up towards Toowoomba, then detour and head down towards Grantham. Grantham, for you who may know, was a town that was devastated in one of the floods. I think it was 2011, and quite a few people died. I'm not sure, was it 14 to 18 people or something died in the floods down there. And they had to moved the town to higher ground after a big wall of water came through unexpectedly, or expectedly, depending on who you ask, and certain dams that might have collapsed that nobody was ever held accountable for. Anyway, stop it. Now, I don't particularly need fuel, but I'm just going to go over here, top up my fuel tank, just spread some little bit of money around the town, which I've been doing all day, buying coffees and waters and lunches and a straw hat, etc., from different little shops around the town. That's what I like to do on my little country drives that I do, getting around southeast Queensland. I think a lot more people should do a little bit more of it. Don't just buy coffees, spread it around to the little guy.